Hey, I just wanted to start off by showing the little neighborhood we live in here. This whole neighborhood's got a little bit of history. In World War II, after World War II, these homes were built for the soldiers returning home. So they're all kind of small and a little cookie cutter-ish, but still modern enough to be considered average. I think we've got, God, we use feet. We still use imperial measurements, but this yard's about 5,000 square feet, and the house itself, the surface, the top level is about 1,600 square feet with another 800 square feet in the basement. As you can see, we've got some snow, and since it is the first day of spring, we have a little bit of springtime tulips and what have you coming up, but as you can see we still got snow, and of course the delivery truck from Lowe's. Anyway, here's our place. One thing about this particular neighborhood is although all the houses are pretty similar, they all have really individual doors. So we've got these neatly little carved doors. I'm sure that they're mass produced, but they're all unique and a little different from each other. And I'm going to turn the camera to portrait mode at this point so that we have a little wider view. And there's my dog Huey. Alright, so here's our living room, and as you can see, unlike that house you were showing in America, our living room is our viewing the neighborhood room. I'll come over to the corner and show you what we got here. But yeah, just some plants, books, bookcase, TV. Really no good place to put a television in here unless I made a built-in or purchased a built-in. And then, some plants, some art hanging on the walls. Here is our dining room, and we can fit 8 or 9 people, but I have to say it is a stretch. But we have put in multiple tables, and spanning from the middle of the living room to partway into the kitchen over there, seated as many as like 20 people in here for a Thanksgiving or two in the past. Here's records and our old school stereo. This is from 1959. That was when this was manufactured, and boy, it can get loud if you want to. Family and friends pictures, and then we have this weird little hallway here. Now, this house, being as old as it is, has had several additions to it, and in the course of doing those additions, that's when these large doorways were opened up. I'm sure originally they were all doored off, and just single entry doors. But over the course of the last 70 years, people have made quite a few changes. In fact, that kitchen is an addition entirely new compared to the original space, where this was where the kitchen originally was. Anyway, here is the main floor bathroom, and as you can see, it's just your pretty standard bathroom. This is quite spacious compared to the other bathrooms on the street, which are a little smaller. This again has been expanded, as I mentioned before. This has had many additions over the course of time. And then we follow this hallway back around, and we have, this is our guest bedroom. And yeah, we've got about 15-foot square bathroom with just a small stand-up closet in here. And we have a lot of art around here. Many of our friends and family are artists, so we constantly have an ever-changing array of art in the place. This, strangely enough, this window, this piece of stained glass came from England in the last century. It was in an antique shop here, and I bought it for my lovely partner for her birthday one year, and we put it up in this. This was originally a doorway that somebody's made into kind of a little display area. I don't know if you've noticed on the other side, but there's a little light, and we've put some knickknacks and what have you in here. And often we have plants in there, but they don't do well in the winter right there. And there's, again, the bookcases. And here's the kitchen. And I don't know if you know much about American like traditions of this sort, but if you have a refrigerator, it's almost de rigueur to have photographs and little knickknacks and stuff stuck all over your fridge. So this is like really common in American kitchens. So there's all our friends and our family and little magnets and stickers and what have you. Over here, as you can see, that's where we do our beveraging thing, and of course the kitchen counters and stove and spices and what have you. We've got these are the original counter, what do they call it? The original cabinetry from the original house that were apparently moved from here to here. And other than a coat of paint, I think they're pretty much as they were 70 years ago. We put in this kitchen island when we moved in, and this is all granite countertops. Here's a little hutch full of knickknacks and china and dishes and what have you. And there's all like dog supplies. We've got a couple of dogs, as you've seen us come through. And down there's the basement. We'll get down there in a minute. Let me emphasize this part too. So again, this is a 70-year-old house with a bunch of additions. So we're going into one of the additions, and apparently this was the old back porch where I'm standing right now. And over here they just put on an addition to the house. It was an entire room, and put on a new back door on top of the existing back porch. So there's a weird set of up and down steps going on here. But anyway, here's our almost fell off the stair. Here's our main bedroom, and we just happen to have a wood burning stove in here, which comes in handy if the power goes out or anything, because as you can see, we live in a place with significant winters. I've got a little blanket there to keep the dog hair off of our sleeping area, and otherwise this is just maybe a 20 by 22 foot bedroom. So we've got plenty of area to get by the bed. This, by the way, is a king size bed, and plenty of room in here for, you know, knickknacks and our dressers and what have you. And then connected to that is this bathroom, which is really weird because it's pretty sizable for what it is. And what I think happened is this area over here was the original bathroom, perhaps, and the rest of this was a bedroom because of the large closet. I assume maybe it was the master bedroom. I'll move this vacuum out of the way. And so it's a lot of like kind of unused space, but it's technically a bathroom, I guess, with a really large closet area attached. And this is more like what your average American bathroom would be like. Just a shower and You know, the toilet and sink and nothing fancy. And then out back, I live in an area where there's a lot of camping and what have you, and so we have a camping trailer. It's covered over for the winter, and out back here we have a shade for the summertime that we've taken down for the winter because we don't need it catching the snow. And then our little garden area. The rest of the yard is decorated as kind of a desert scape. And then we have a 2-car garage here, which is like my fettling workshop sort of situation. I have a little wood shop out there and do wood projects and what have you. So that's about all I got for you. There's some of the neighbor's house and our general area. Anyway, I think this is a much better representation of what the average American home looks like than the one that you guys were looking at when I made this video. Before I forget, let's have a look at this basement. So I'll take off this little gate we put up to keep dogs from tripping down here and head down the stairs. And we just use this as our little TV room sort of thing, and we fold laundry down here, and you know, it's nice and cozy. It's nice in the summer because it's below ground level, and so it's quite cool down here. And then we've got a little, I guess you'd call it maybe a bedroom originally, but we use it as, this is our little art storage room. So we've got tons of pieces of art, and we do some Etsy and that kind of thing in here. So we keep some stuff in here for storage. And besides that, not much else to see besides back here behind this curtain we have a little laundry room. And so that about sums everything up.